Hi, I'm Bodhi Ponzo, and this is Crash Course History. Today we'll be diving into the political, religious, and cultural changes and the effects thereafter of the Mexican Revolution. For starters, we know that the Mexican Revolution lasted approximately 10 years and consisted of anti-Diaz and Diaz sympathizer groups. Porfirio Diaz was the president or dictator of Mexico from 1876 to 1911. Before the revolution, Mexico was considered a constitutional republic, but couldn't technically be viewed as such as the constitution had been violated time and time again. After the revolution, it was known as a democracy. Some of the people that helped start the revolution included Gonzalo Luis Orozco, Camilo Arriaga, and the Flores Magan brothers. These individuals were part of the Liberal Party and were ready for some big change to occur at the time. Some of the issues that they helped address were freedom of press and speech, separation of church and state, the abolishment of the death penalty, returning land to those it had been taken from, and better working conditions. After a long conflict, the revolution concluded with an end to the dictatorship that ultimately led to the Constitution of 1917, which was overseen by Carranzo. The Constitution conferred dictatorial powers on the president, but gave the government the right to confiscate land from wealthy landowners, guarantee workers' rights, and limited the right of the Roman Catholic Church. Revolutionaries eventually started warring with the Diaz group. Some of the leaders of the revolution were Francisco Madero, Pascual Orozco, Pancho Villa, and Emiliano Zapata. The American Constitution has 27 amendments, 10 of which being the Bill of Rights, and were added at the same time, while the Mexican Constitution has over 500 amendments, is exceedingly longer, and was written in 1917. Long has religion clashed with politics, and typically, the only reason that a ruler would want to include religion in the governmental system that he rules is that it can be used to control the people and general population. The liberal side of Mexico wanted to have a separation of church and state, specifically secularized schools, as all of them at the time were Catholic. The Mexican Revolution brought an onslaught of problems for the Roman Catholic Church, causing Pope Pius XI to write the 1929 encyclical. After the 1929 encyclical was written, only the most devout and faithful followers of the Roman Catholic Church followed. Nowadays, Catholicism is thought to be the most common religious belief in Mexico and plays a large role in communities. One of the most prominent aspects of the Catholic faith in Mexico is a celebration of the Virgin Maria, or Mother Mary, better known as Guadalupe. Many cultural changes occurred during and after the Mexican Revolution, including changes in music, food, and art. In the music department, the Mexican Revolution produced songs called corridos. Corridos are lines of poetry that form a song. They are typically about historical events, lifestyles, and many other things. One of the most famous corridos in Mexican culture is called La Adelita, and it is about a girl named Adela who bravely fought in the Mexican Revolution. In her honor, we now refer to any women who fought in the revolution as Adelitas. Now let's head over to Bodhi Ponzo for a snippet of one of these songs. Moving on to a more nationally known part of Mexico, something you've probably enjoyed before, Mexican food. During the Mexican Revolution, food was hard to come by and cooks had to get creative to keep people fed. They improvised with the ingredients they had on hand. From this need for food derived the exchangement of foods such as beans and tortillas, which resulted in Adelitas starting to cook a diet consistent of quesadillas, salsa, and gorditas, which are commonly found today. These individuals even ate armadillos and frogs at times. Sounds like people have been interested in kissing and eating frogs for a long time. But in all seriousness, they often ate beans, broth, and meat where they could find it. After the revolution, this obviously was not as much of a problem. So the next time you eat a Mexican dish, remember, people were reduced to eating kermit, so you can enjoy your tamales and chimichangas. After the revolution, art flourished. Artists such as Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera were popular. Frida influenced art in Mexico, just as a war influenced her. She grew up to be one of the most famous and well-known artists in Mexico. Frida was a part of the government-funded Mexico mural movement. This movement was started to give Mexicans a sense of pride in their country and community. Today, Mexico is considered a federal republic. Federal republics operate on the system that citizens vote for representatives in the government to represent them. To compare, America is a democratic republic. Today you learned about the Mexican Revolution and the political, religious, and cultural aspects and shifts in it. Remember to enjoy your tamales and keep learning. Thank you for watching. Today will be what they believed in. Some of the... I froze. I don't remember at all. I've been interested in kissing and eating frogs for a long time. That's so stupid.